Welcome back to the school. Today we are going to learn few very interesting fashion collars, and we'll start with the first basic collar, that is named as a Mandarin collar or a Chinese collar. In India or abroad also you can call it Nehru collar as well, because it's a very small and standing collar. It starts right from your neck, the base of your neck. It extends to the middle point, and either you can keep it open like this, you can give it like a button, and it is a stand and it is the base for every other collar. That is why this is I'm showing you first. So it's used everywhere, like in men's kurtas and ladies designer wear as well. Here you can give an extension as well here to the garment like this, or you can even extend this part or this part to from half inch or 1 inch to 1/4 inch. So half inch to 1/4 inch there can be a variation in the width and length of this collar, but basically it's like a stand of a collar. Every other collar which is based on a stand will work like this only. So this is the very basic collar. If you do little variation to this collar, then there can be so many names for this collar, which acts as designer collars for you. So we can understand this collar. You will know what part is this collar. So if you highlight this part, you'll understand this collar. So this is your garment and this is your collar. It can be in the same color, but here we can change the color of the collar to highlight. So this is the very first. This can be called as a Mandarin collar or a Chinese collar. And this is basically a stand collar. So on the same basis, you can also have another collar which is called as a roll collar. Roll collar means it goes little upwards from your neck. It comes down. It can be like a very small roll collar, or little bit if you can extend. It is also called as a turtleneck. Again, there is a variation in this. You need to understand that a turtleneck can be worn in a high neck, but it has to be little flexible. So once it is flexible, you can make it a high-end collar. Otherwise, it is cannot be worn on a neck. So turtles are mostly, these collars are done on a knitted fabric. So this is a turtleneck collar. Sometimes you do have this kind of folds when you do a knitted fabric, or sometimes you can have horizontal also like this. This is also can be a turtle collar. So basically this collar is worn on knitted fabrics, because in the stiff fabrics it's not possible to get the ease on the high neck. It is mostly on woolen or knitted fabrics. So that is the importance of turtleneck. And they look very pretty when you have something which is worn in the fall winter collections. So it is generally, these are all the variations of your roll collars, high neck collars. So this is often it is called as a turtle neck or a roll collar. Roll if it is done of low width, and if it is of some other fabric which is suitable. But turtlenecks are mostly done on knitted fabrics. Let's move on to our next collar, that is Peter Pan collar, as it is the name says. So this collar actually starts from your hem of the neck it goes like this and it extends till your shoulder or before shoulder also, depends upon the height that you take, and it rolls. But the important point with this collar is that it cuts here like this and this, and this shoulder of both the parts, front part and back part of the body should meet. This is the importance of this collar, and this is widely used for many of the women's wear. So this collar looks very pretty when made for any casual dresses as well. So you can see the shape of this collar. Generally it goes and then it forms a curve. So this is how it is. This is a Peter Pan and it's widely used with so many women's wear. Next, move on to our next collar. That is a sailor collar. So this collar actually requires, generally starts from your neck, it extends till like a V, and this line overlaps here, and this merges with this. Sailors used to wear this collar, but now we have made so many variations of this collar to make it look pretty on women dresses. So this is generally like a V inside, and it is sometimes very deeply cut. Then you can have an inside fabric, which if it is more deeply cut, and sometimes you do have so many extensions here with a sailor collar. For example, you can have a knot and other fabrics attached to this sailor collar. And the importance of sailor collar is that its backside will have an attachment from the front side in a square shape like this, which I am showing you. This is the backside of a sailor collar. This is how the sailor collar looks from the backside. So this is an attachment, and in front it is like this, in backside it will be like this. So this is how a sailor collar looks like. There is an overlapping of this part and it extends like this with this drapes. If you want, you can have this kind of, and since I said that this is an attachment of this backside, it will be on a square pattern like this. This is a speciality of a sailor collar. This is how the sailor collar looks on any garment, and mostly this is used for so many stylized purposes even today. So this is a sailor collar basically. Let's move on to another collar, which is a very fancy collar and it's often called as a jabot collar. It starts from the base of your neck, and there is a cascading effect with this collar, and comes out like this from the center, and it's in the layers. You can have it in the layers. There can be variations for jabot collar, and you can have uneven layers for jabot collar. It's a very pretty collar. It starts many a times, it comes outside from the center like this. So this looks very pretty and it has got so much of cascading effect to it. So you can try in this collar in any western wears. It looks very pretty. Why I'm doing with a contrast color so that the collar get highlighted. So this is a jabot collar. You can do it in any other variations also. Similar as the cascading collar. Cascading collar has got nothing to do with jabot, but it falls like layers, and the cascading collars can come with a U-neck or a V-neck, but there should be a cascading effect like this. The layers, when it falls down like ruffles, they are called as cascading. It can be with a U-neck or a V-neck. It all depends upon our own creativity and our choice of design. So there are many collars. Some are fancy collars which can be highlighted only with a plain garment and only the collar can be enhanced. And some collars will, like stand collars, Mandarin collars and Chinese collars, will give a very decent look and they can be used for so many other dresses. Let's move on to another collar which is often called as a Chelsea collar, and it's basically a V neck collar and it comes like this. Mostly it goes like this. So this is called as a Chelsea collar. These all are the variations of basic V necklines and U necklines. We can decorate the collars according to our garment, the way our garment is designed. Mostly these are the V-neck collar, that is, and the name is based on some Western story behind them, like Peter Pan or Chelsea. That's how the things move in fashion industry. So we'll go according to that. So this is a Chelsea collar. Next, move on to another collar, which is again a very fancy collar, and it is called as a ruffled. Ruffled can be used anywhere, and like if you have a drawstring over here or this on the base of your neckline, you can have some kind of ruffles. They can be little top on the neck, and or if I increase the height, let's do it again. Like this is the base of your neck, and the ruffles might move from a notch over here. So we can have this type of a collar. It's called a ruffle collar often. So this is a band. These are the ruffles down and up. So this is how the collar moves. This is again a one more fancy collar which can be used in any of our necklines. Most commonly used with so many western wears, designer wears. This is the ruffled collar, as the name says. Let's move on to another collar. And this can start at any point from the neck, either this round or this round. But the speciality, it can be any wider, it can be even off shoulder, but the speciality is that it moves round like this around your neck. So many. It can be even plain as well, like this. So it is often called as a Bertha collar. It can be with this kind of flare, which is with the very sheer fabrics. You get this kind of flares, but when it comes around this round, this is called as a Bertha collar. There can be any designing also, like this, as a belt on the hem of the neckline. There can be same fabric collars as well, but here I am taking all contrasting colors so that we can understand the look of the collar. So now let's move on to the next collar, which is a wings collar, and it extends from your neck. In the center it might be a V shape, so you just extend these wings like this. So the edges which are dropping down, they are termed as a wings collar. So you can make a wings collar to any of your dresses and make it look really very fancy. So this becomes your wings because of these two edges. So we can again do it little coloring to highlight the collar. So I told you before also, I'm taking a opposite color so that it looks brighter and you can identify the collar in the video. So that is why it is called as a wings collar. So next to move on to another collar, which is, I told there are so many variations of these collars. So there is no fixed rule. Like now, for example, I have shown you here a ruffled collar. So ruffled collar can also be, many people will start from here and make some ruffles. So this can also be a ruffled collar and it is just going up. So that is how things can be different with different garments. So that is how you can have different collars. Now we will move on to a convertible collar. Convertible collar also looks like initially it's like a shirt collar like this, and you move it from here. It can be a part of a shirt, but the extension moves this way, wherein you can convert this. If you open this, it will get converted into a basic collar. So this extension is actually convertible. That is why it is called as convertible collar. It moves up and you can untie your buttons here. The basic idea is to make it look like a two-way collar. That is why it is called as a convertible collar. And mostly you will find in men's shirt also these type of collars, and the collar stands straight once you open this convertible collar. So this is convertible collar. So now let's move on to our normal shirt collar. So how does a normal shirt collar? Let's move on to the next collar, that is a normal shirt collar. This shirt collar can be both with men's and women's. Anybody can have this shirt collar. I guess we have to change a little bit over here. It doesn't look like a shirt collar. This actually overlaps this part because it is a shirt, so one side definitely has to be. So this is our shirt collar. This is the shirt collar. It can be worn by either men and women, depends upon how do you. There can be buttons also here. So this is the shirt collar. Let's move on to the next basic collar, and it's often found in many women's wear. It's Chelsea collar is little wider, but shawl collar comes right from here. So it is again a V-shaped collar. There can be overlapping. The height can be more or less. This can be a shawl collar. So this is a shawl collar. It again extends like a V. The length can be reduced. This looks very pretty when you are doing any designer wears. Shawl collar. So let's move on to our next collar, which is again a kind of a bow tie. Means you can tie it in the front and give it a look of a very sophisticated style. So when you do any tying knots or here, either you can give a bow right here on the top, or you can extend this and make it a little interesting like this. And then you have one more extension you might have seen in many garments. So this is actually a bow tie. So this collar also looks very interesting in your western garments, or it's more a kind of a semi-formal. So this can be worn with any of the attires which requires a so this is called as a bow tie collar. Let's move on to our next collar, which is a cowl collar. So this can be a neckline with cowl, or it can be a collar which comes from the back of your neck. So I have shown the same collar in our necklines tutorial. You can subscribe and see and school and go and see all our necklines and other illustration related or embroidery related articles. Now I am going to show you how the cowls falls from the back, and you can change this if you want little bit in variations, but definitely you need to have the cowls which flows around your neck, and this becomes a cowl collar. So the back side is not visible, but you can see the cowls falling all here from your neck. This is also a very stylized collar. You have to show the folds of the fabric. So there is no particular line, as there are so many folds in the fabric wherein you can see that no single line comes in at a stretch, I mean. It's just all the folds of the fabrics. So this type of collar is also very pretty. You can try all these collars in different dresses which you wanna wear in casual parties, or kind of which makes your look little different from others. And if you like our videos, do like and subscribe our channel. More videos we are coming up with the fashion illustrations. Cowl collar. Now next move on to our next collar. See, there can be so many collars and you can do so many variations with shapes and give the variation of the collar under each of these heads. Now I'm doing for you one more collar which I find was like a turtle collar or a roll collar or a kind of high neck collar. So these are the different names, and with little variations you can make so many collars. So when you do a funnel collar, one more name which is given is a funnel collar, which goes around the high on your neck. So funnel is like this, wherein suppose this comes little wider on the top and comes to your neck like this. So this round is little loose on the top, and it is little kind of it comes like this slanting. So that is why this is called as a funnel collar. This also looks very pretty, but as I told you, in turtle and all, this fabrics, the fabrics which are used for these type of collars are generally knitted or very flexible fabrics. Otherwise you may not feel comfortable with these type of collars. So you can see how does it move around your neck. So you need to have little kind of skill on identifying the fabrics which can be used for these type of collars. This is a funnel collar idea basically. So all things are actually inspired by our basic things that we use in our life. To any collar, any dress techniques can be discovered by identifying or getting inspired by any of the things that we use in our day-to-day life. So nothing is new even in the fashion world. Everything is inspiration basically. So we also coming with that kind of fashion illustrations which are inspired with our day-to-day life. If you're interested in learning, then you can go ahead with the subscription and like button of our channel, so you will get automatically updated with our latest fashion illustrations. Thank you.